goes up, three-pointer. Bang!
Drive by Myers.
It's good.
Myers in the paint. Drops in for him. Puts the Spartans up. Sparks coast to coast. Lays it in. That's good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spartan Sportsnet game on TV3 between the Connersville Spartans and New Palestine Dragons. This is the Spartan Sportsnet pregame show, brought to you by our good friends at Union Savings and Loan, Connersville's hometown bank since 1892. With Clip Brown, I'm Ronnie Wiley. I caught up with Spartan head coach Kerry Brown before tonight's contest.
Coach, another tough non-conference opponent.
Yeah, we've got our hands full tonight with New Palestine. In a lot of ways, they remind me of East Central, their physicality, their athleticism. I do think they're a little bit better shooters than East Central, at least that night, shot it. But hopefully we can show up defensively and kind of stymie them and do what we do and hit enough baskets to put ourselves in a position to win it late.
East Central came out very physical, maybe one of the most physical teams that I had seen us play all season long. We got physical and even more so than they did.
Yeah, I thought Gage Brown and James Williams did a really good job of battling and competing inside. Likened it a little bit to a brawl in there. And they were physical, and they were also more athletic. We did not have a chance to see them play in person. The one game we were going to go to got snowed out, so we'd only see them on tape. And sometimes the level of athleticism and speed deceives you a little bit. We knew they were physical from watching them on tape, but they were more athletic than we thought as well. So our kids did a good job adjusting.
Gage shot 2 threes, hit 1.
Yeah, he made some this summer when we played, and people aren't guarding him. Braxton steps out there and shoots it, and so's Lucas. So we thought that was something he needs to take a look at if they're not going to guard him. We think he'll make enough of them that it'll make him and us that much of a better team.
Non-conference opponent against New Palestine. What are you looking for from our boys?
Well, defensively, it's a similar game plan to East Central. We've got to guard the perimeter, both the drive first and foremost, and then get back out on their shooters. And then we have to take better care of the basketball. We had too many turnovers down at East Central the other night. If we don't, we won't have an opportunity to win tonight. If we do take care of the ball, then we'll put ourselves in a position and knock down some shots. We'll put ourselves in a position to win tonight.
Who do you got in the lineup tonight, Coach?
Same starting lineup. Toby Billups and Josh Williams at the guards, Gage Brown in the middle, Lucas Barron and Caleb Sparks at the forward spots. And then we do have Carter Bodwell back coming off the bench tonight.
Jurgensen hit that 3. It had to make you feel good.
That was neat because everybody in the stands, when I watched it afterwards in the stands, our bench, even the cheerleaders were fist pumping. Everybody understands, he's been a part of this, but he hasn't had that many opportunities to play. And we actually tried to draw up a play for him to score, and he didn't on that, but he got it on another possession. So we're happy for him.
Yeah, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Spartan coach Kerry Brown.
All right, Ron, tonight for the New Palestine Dragons starting lineup, one guard position, number 11, Bryant Nunnally. He's a 5'11 junior. At the second guard is number 14, Blaine Nunnally. He is a 5'10 junior. 2 forwards for him, number 5, Ian Stevens. He's a 6'5 junior. Number 24, Steele Brassfield. He's a 6'6 senior. And their big guy down low is number 44, Ben Slagley. He's a 6'3 freshman. And then to touch on the starting lineup for the Spartans tonight, as Coach Brown mentioned, standard lineup for us, number 12, Toby Billups. He's a 5'11 senior. Number 24, Josh Williams. He's a 6'3 junior. 2 forward spots, number 30, Caleb Sparks, 6'4 senior. Lucas Barron, number really had to fight for that win.
Yeah, that was a very, very physical ball game. Three-man crew here for the varsity. Not sure how they'll let them play, but, as kids, you play to the refs.
You do, and, if the refs, we say it all the time, you're gonna take what they give you. And they gave the kids a lot of leeway in the JV game, and it showed the toughness of Connorsville. We talked about it in East Central being able to rise to that level of toughness, and they did it again tonight at the JV level, and hopefully we can get it done at varsity level as well.
New Palestine's on an 8-game winning streak. Played last night against Shelbyville, won a close one against them. 8-game winning streak, another tough conference opponent for Carrie Brown Spartans.
We're undefeated in the conference here, and we want to keep it that way. We want to do a clean sweep in the conference, be conference champions this year. And looking around the gym, this is, I don't know if this is standard. This is my first time up here at New Pal, but we've got a packed house tonight. And it's, Saturday night, Indiana basketball, you want to be in a high school gym, and this gym is no exception.
It is no exception, and we're on the side across from the camera is the New Pal side, and we're pretty full over here. There's a little bit of New Pal fans to our left, but we have a higher, I'm surprised that across from the way is not the visitor side, because we are filled up behind us. I mean, we definitely bring the crowd. You talk about a conference, this being a non-conference opponent, a school that we play a lot, even though this, as Carrie mentions before, that this doesn't affect any of our goals, it's still a team that you want to beat.
It is, and you want to win every game. That's your goal, is win every game.
That's very true.
But we talked about coming off the Lawrence North loss. We wanted to gain some momentum from that. They showed that they come back and rebounded well at East Central. We want to keep this going. We've got a tough Franklin County team coming in next week. You want to have some confidence going into a tough conference game like that.
Absolutely, without question, want to have some confidence going into the conference, the last part of the conference schedule with the Connorsville Spartans. They're 14-6 on the seasons. The Dragons, again, on the season, the Dragons are 15-4. Again, they're on that 8-game winning streak. The Dragons average 59.5 points per game while giving up 53.1. The Spartans average 51.9 points per game while giving up defensively 41.1 points per game. The Connorsville defense was very good against East Central last time out.
They really were. And, I was talking to Coach Miller, J.D. Miller, before the game. Interesting for tonight, something to watch. They've got 3 players in their starting lineup that accounts for 76% of New Palestine scoring. And that's going to be number 5, Ian Stevens, number 24, Steele Brassfield, and number 14, Blaine Nunnally. Those are the 3 guys that Connorsville's got to put their best defense on tonight.
And they'll know how to do it. Last night, there were some of the scouts from the Spartans up here watching New Pal, and during the pregame interview, you heard Carrie say that the game plan is pretty much going to be the same because they're expecting that physicality from New Palestine.
Sure, and advantage to us, we got an extra day off to heal from the bruises. So tough game played, and we got a day off to heal, and New Palestine's right back off this game against Shelbyville last night.
Yeah, that was a tough game that New Pal edged out Shelbyville last night. And again, turn around here against these tough-nosed Connorsville Spartans is a tough task for any team, no matter who they are. Wrapping up the pregame show brought to you by Union Savings and Loan. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Union Savings and Loan is an old-school community bank founded in Connorsville in 1892 and still locally owned and operated today. Union Savings and Loan offers hometown service with great rates on CDs and deposit accounts and local loan approvals when you need financing. They also have a trust department. And with 2 locations in town, downtown at 730 Central Avenue and uptown at 500 West 30th Street, Union Savings and Loan is truly Connorsville's hometown bank. Union Savings and Loan, people you know, neighbors you trust.
Again, good evening and welcome to Palestine High School for tonight's boys varsity basketball game between the Connersville Spartans and your New Palestine Dragons. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag that hangs above center court as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. And now,
National anthem here for Daughter America here on the campus of New Palestine. It's not a bad field house.
It's really not. And I was talking to the athletic director from New Palestine, and he said they prefer this small, compact gym. Brings electricity into the arena every night when they play. And Connersville, you know how we travel. We definitely bring the ruckus with us. So looking forward to a good Indiana basketball game tonight.
Absolutely. As the Spartans, looking at their stats, their twin, talk about the dynamic duo of guards between Toby Billups and Josh Williams. Josh Williams averages 8.6 points a game. Toby 8 points a game. Of course, Toby leads with the assist. That's not too bad, 16 points from your guards.
No, it's really not. And these guys, they can average that. But if they need to turn it, they can turn it up to a new level, and they can take you to that next level scoring.
Yeah, we saw Toby hit a couple of threes against East Central, which is not something we're used to seeing him hit threes. But he hit those threes at some nice times.
He really did. And, I was watching him during warm-ups tonight, and you'll like this. Gage Brown, the threes that I saw him shoot, he was 3 for 4 behind the three-point line. So let's hope he can do that in the game tonight, right?
Yeah, he did had a couple of three-point. Well, actually, had one three-pointer against the East Central, and I think that maybe was his first 2 of the year that he shot. Gage is one of those players that defensively has really stepped up. Offensively, he's a force inside, gets the easy dishes from his guards, and is able to put them in the hoop. Lucas Barron's going to get the jump for the Connersville Spartans, and it looks like number 5 will get the jump for New Palestine. That's Ian Stevens. He's a 6'5" junior. And Stevens gets the tip over Lucas Barron, and New Palestine has their first chance and first opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Number 24 with the basketball, thought about shooting. Goes outside to number 24, which is still Bashford. Trying to get the ball is Josh Williams, who brings it up, and he's met with the defender. Caleb Sparks on the right side, Lucas Barron. Surprising those two are out there. Usually the guards, Gage Brown, who, as we talked about, hitting that 3.
They're going to keep him honest. They're going to make him, he's going to flirt out there at that three-point line, just enough to keep New Palestine honest with him.
Josh Williams hits a three-pointer right there. Put Connersville up 3-0. Getting that rebound from Caleb Sparks really helped the Spartans on that offensive series.
And that was a great offensive series, and I think we'll see more of that. This is what Connersville does well. They play patient. They take good shots. Yeah. And when Josh has a wide-open shot like that, we've talked about it. He's got one of the sweetest strokes in the business. So.
He sure does. As Gage Brown rejected number 5, but the loose ball gets to And no, Gage Brown he gets the rebound. As New Palestine, the lid was closed for them up close. Connors are looking to capitalize. Toby Billups over to Josh Williams, who hit that three earlier. Gage Brown inside. Gage is going up. He gets the hoop. Nice spin
Great
move there.
post move by Gage there.
That's elementary and textbook right there.
Absolutely.
He had a guy in his face, though, and he muscled his way for two for him.
Great steal by Toby.
Yeah, Toby Billups at the steal. He's on the run looking for his... Goes inside to Lucas Barron, and somebody's going to get the call. Oh, kickball. I didn't see that at all. It's going to be Connorsville basketball as Lucas was trying to post up there, and the ball got kicked. Lucas Barron leading the Spartans with 11.4 points per game. That ball stolen away from number 24, Still Bashford. He goes upside, and Gage probably looks like he'll get the foul called on him.
I'll be surprised if Lucas makes that mistake again. That was just kind of a soft, lazy pass, and it looks like Coach Miller's telling him right now, hey,
make it sharper.
Pass with intention.
And number 24, Still Bashford at the line for New Palestine, which that's one thing that you need to remind. As he misses his first shot, you need to remind the kids that, hey, no matter what we're at in the ball game, you don't get lazy at any time.
You really don't. Every possession matters.
Yeah.
When we coach, and when I used to coach, every time you touch the ball matters.
Absolutely.
Everything you do it with intention. Because at the end of the game, oftentimes we can look back on 2 or 3 moments where we went one way and should have went the other.
Absolutely. As Bashford makes his second free throw. Williams for three again off the front of the rim. Lucas tried to steal that away from Brashfield. And that's a nice steal there from Josh Williams, and there's going to be a foul. Looks like number 14 is going to get called for that. That's Blaine Nunnally. He's a 5'10 junior.
And that official was right on top of it.
Yeah.
It looks like he just finished a pro wrestling career, but it was a good call, and he was right on top of that one.
Yes, he was on top of that one.
He is a large man.
Toby Billups over to Gage. I thought Gage was going to take the three. He looked like he was wanting to, but decided not to. And Lucas Barron has the basketball. Josh Williams to the right side, trying to find somebody. Finds Gage over there in the corner. Connorsville Spartans, as you talked earlier, being patient. Oh, nice pass to Gage. And Barron's going to shoot a three, and it's off the back of the rim. How to get the rebound is Nunnally. He's zigging and zagging, and he shoots it up, and Williams comes down with the rebound. Toby Billups brings the basketball up. The lid is not open for New Palestine. Lucas Barron thought about taking a three, but Stevens was all over him. Barron out. We've seen our forwards out farther than we've seen them before.
We really have, and two things about that last possession we had real quick. Number one, Josh Williams put that in the pass where only Gage could get it.
He did.
That was a great pass. And Gage is doing work. He is getting some good position down there. Even coming out from the perimeter, he's inserting himself well right down under the paint.
Yeah, setting that screen. Toby Billups trying to find Gage inside. Gage goes back out to Toby, who thought about taking a three. Barron Heat thought about taking a three. He head fakes. Josh Williams, nice defense from New Pal. Toby Billups. Connorsville up 4, so they'll take a lot of time off the clock if they have to.
Well, Coach Brown has no problem with that. Patient offense is a specialty of his.
Not at all. Connorsville can win 5-1. They don't care. Gage Brown, and he has that ball stolen away from Bryant Nunnally. And the foul's going to be on Caleb Sparks, and that's going to put Still Brashfield at the line. Yeah, that was just a robbery there.
It was. And a little bit of distraction down there. New Pal had a player that was down, Ian Stevens. He tweaked his ankle. He's walking it off now, but I think the players kind of paused like, wait a minute, are we calling timeout here or not? But glad to see he's okay.
Yeah, glad to see he's okay. He's been battling inside with Gage, and he's really working out that knee as Brashfield hits his first free throw. Connorsville Spartans up 5-3, 3:53 to go. Brashfield with his second free throw, and he gets it.
Looks like Braxton Myers and Hunter Sollenberger checked in. Speaking of Braxton,
Luke?
Sorry?
The wrong Sullenberger.
The wrong Sullenberger. Speaking of Braxton, before the varsity tip-off, he was doing a little dance when JV won.
Yeah.
And he taught it to me. It's
Did he?
called the gritty.
The gritty.
Yeah, so I don't think it looked as good when I did it, but
Not at all.
I appreciate Braxton taking the time to show me.
Yeah, so we'll have to see that if we get the victory tonight. New Powell on the attack inside. Ooh, somebody fell asleep for the Spartans. Number 24 gets the easy bucket. Still Brashfield, and it's a tie ball game. Yeah, caught the Spartans sleeping and made them pay as Toby Billups brings it over the timeline.
It was a beautiful back cut by him.
Oh, it sure was. Braxton Myers with the basketball, and now they are calling a foul. Not sure on who, but
Gage Brown.
yeah, they're calling that on Gage as Stevens fell down from an elbow from Gage Brown, and that's the third foul against the Spartans. Definitely don't want to get into foul trouble against this Dragon team.
No, we did a great job at East Central staying out of foul trouble, as physical as that was. But foul trouble can get us, in a bad position because we don't have a lot of size coming off the bench.
That's right. Still, Brashford hits a three, and now New Pal's on a 7-0 run. They take an 8-5 lead. Toby Billups brings it up to the timeline. Lucas Sullenberger to his right. Josh Williams gets the basketball. Passes over to Sullenberger. Sullenberger over to Toby Billups, who has really yet to really get inside yet as we stop and pops from 15, and he scores. 8-7. Lead now for New Palestine as the Connersville Spartans cut it to 1 on that 15-footer there from Toby Billups as 14 Nunnally. He drives inside. That's Blaine Nunnally, and Toby Billups comes up with the basketball as he hits nothing but air on that. Toby looking over his defense over to Braxton Myers. Second game in a row, has not had his knee taped up. Gage Brown goes inside, and he gets rejected by Ben Slagley. And Stevens brings it up over to high to get the rebound. That was Brashfield who got the basketball. Williams high to get the rebound. Toby Billups over to Williams. Williams looking over the offense. Toby Billups on the left side. Gage Brown setting the screen. Toby Billups goes to his left. Williams, he's going to shoot a three. You know he's going to. Goes off the front of the rim and had to get the rebound of Stevens for New Pal.
You can tell New Pal's wanting to push the tempo of the game.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
up and down.
Yeah, they are. And Brashfield hits one right there, and New Pal's up 10-7. Toby Billups brings it over the timeline. Yeah, that's something that they want to. And Connersville, of course, we talked about it against East Central, a finesse team. But we know how to play physical as it showed against East Central. Josh Williams with the basketball. Gage Brown inside looking for Braxton Myers. Stevens is on him. Josh Williams, he's going inside to the paint. Over to Toby Billups, who thought about taking a three. He's going to driving, and he gets a bucket from about 5 foot. Connersville down 10-9 now. That's the fourth point for Toby Billups as New Pal looking to probably take the last shot, looking for the last shot as Blaine Nunnally has the basketball. Williams all over him. Williams backs up a little bit over to Slagley. Slagley holds the ball a little bit as we're approaching 15 seconds to go here in this first period. Stevens with the basketball over to Bryant Nunnally, and there's a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be on Braxton Meyer. No, it's not. It's going to be on Luke Sullenberger. Sullenberger picks up his first foul. The Connersville's fourth foul as James Williams and Carter Bodwell goes in. Gage Brown and Josh Williams comes out.
Luke was playing great defense there, and you teach him you stay in the pocket, and he just got a little too deep in the pocket on that one. That's what got him the foul call.
Got the call, and that's a nice, and that beautiful rejection there from Braxton Myers. Good defense from the Connersville Spartans. We played one full quarter right now. Connersville down 10-9. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Connorsville Spartan Sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Gina Hartman, Devin Hornsby, and Gary Reebsummer for your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. Are you thinking about buying or selling your home? Stay local and call Trish Smith at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. She will walk you through the process to make an easy transition and lead you to your dream home. Please contact Trish at 265-2663 to begin your journey today.
Back here at New Palestine, the Dragons hold a 1-point lead against the Connorsville Spartans, 10-9. Carter Bodwell going to trigger it in for the Connorsville Spartans. Lucas Bodwell, James Williams, Braxton Myers, Toby Billups in the lineup for the Spartans. Braxton Myers with the basketball out to James Williams, who played a fantastic game against East Central.
He sure did, and had the lumps to prove it, right?
Yes, he sure did, as Braxton Myers trying to get inside on Bryant Nunley. Connorsville being patient, looking to take the lead, to regain the lead. Toby Billups has it stripped away from him, and Nunley has it stripped away, and Braxton Myers loses it.
You love to see the effort there.
Yeah,
you couldn't come away with the possession, but that was great effort by the Spartans.
It sure was. Nunley, nice effort from him, from the Dragons. It's number 21, Ian Rodenbush is in for New Pal.
You know, through the first quarter, just doing kind of a watch on the big three, Steele Brassfield accounted for 70% of the scoring for New Pal in the first quarter there.
Yes, he sure did. And he drives inside, and he's Nunley there. Blaine Nunley zigs and zags his way to 2 points. New Pal is up 12-9 against the Connorsville Spartans. Toby Billups bringing the basketball up. Of course, Connorsville, no panic at all, being down 3. Braxton Myers drives inside against Stevens, and he gets the call. Stevens not liking that at all.
That was a great move. I think Braxton knew he was playing kind of aggressive defense, and he knew if I give it a pump fake, I'm going to get him in the air.
Yeah, anytime you get the big guys in the air, most of the time you're going to get the whistle and hopefully get the bucket, but did not, and Braxton misses the first free throw off the front of the rim. Slagley comes back in, replaces Stevens for New Pal. Braxton Myers shoots his second free throw. And that's good. Connorsville down 2. Lucas Barron coming in. Braxton Myers taking a breather.
You know, I'd like to see Lucas Barron get up and throw one down hard tonight. It's been a few games since we've seen it.
It has been a few games since we've seen it. We definitely need it.
With this kind of atmosphere, you know these guys are waiting to seize that opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Both teams. We've seen both teams during the pregame warm-ups. They have a few guys who can throw it down. As Nunley with the basketball, Carter all over him. 24 takes a shot. Brassfield with the basketball. James Williams comes down with it over to Toby Billups. Looking over the defense, looking over the offense.
I'm betting Connorsville's going to try to get Carter a shot. They want to get him involved. They know he's been missing the court, and
that's
not sure what the call was there.
Not sure. It's going to be on 21 for New Palestine. That's Ian Rodenbush. His first foul. Luke Sollenbarger coming out. Carter Bodwell coming out. Josh Williams back in, and Gage Brown. Connorsville down 12-10. Toby Billups with the basketball.
James, right off the inbound play, first thing he did was take a big shot right in the chest.
Oh, did he? I was following the basketball, didn't see. He's got a steel chest. He has to. Toby Billups.
Didn't phase him. He's down there making space again.
Gage Brown going to shoot a 3. Gage misses the basketball. Josh Williams tips it over. There's 2 of the guys go for it. It's a Connorsville basketball. I kind of thought maybe it was going to be off Connorsville, but
yeah,
the guys in stripes who matter the most says it's Connersville basketball, and the faithful here will take it as Josh Williams triggers it into Toby Billups.
Big thing there is you're glad to see Gage and Josh get back up because that was a pretty good collision.
Yes,
that
was a nice collision. Yes, that was very nice. Lucas Barron with the basketball on the left side over to Gage Brown again outside. You talk about keeping the defense honest with that. Josh Williams for three, and it goes in and out. Rebound to number 24. Still, Brashfield is doing everything, it seems, for New Palestine tonight. James all over him up. And the faithful appreciate that effort as Blaine Nunley with the basketball over to Stevens. Back over to Slagley. Back over to Nunley, who looks like he pushed off Lucas a little bit. Goes off to the right of the basket. Josh Williams with the basketball. He goes to his brother James, who gets the hoop.
We talk about James night after night with the defense he plays, and he gets the tough assignment every night.
Yes, he does.
And they put him down here on the steel brass field, and since he has been on him, he's just shut him down.
Yes, he has shut him down, and Josh Williams, he does what needs to be done always. You talk about his IQ. It's very high basketball IQ. As Stevens shoots the three and he gets the roll. He's somebody like Gage you might not want to see shoot a three. You might want to see shoot a three, but he made that one count as Toby Billups brings it over the timeline. The big guy's shooting three tonight. Stevens, a 6'5" junior. Toby Billups over to Josh Williams. Josh Williams getting the offensive call. He's not liking that at all. But it looked like his elbow did extend a little bit on that. Tie ball game, 4:05 to go. Lucas Barron coming out. Kevin Sparks coming in for the Spartans. And Stevens, I thought he didn't know what he was doing. But Stevens got the basketball into Brashfield, and he's got the basketball again. James all over him.
It does not matter to James. If you're across from him, he is going to play defense to shut you down.
Yes, he will. 21 thought about taking a three.
A little bit of miscommunication there by the Spartans, but they did a good job recovering it.
Yeah, boy, good defense from James Williams right there to force that carry from Stevens. Defense can be disruptive and force those walks and force those carries, and James Williams did just that.
Absolutely. And it continues to just play hard-nosed, and you can hear it. The crowd honors that. They love defense at this town.
They do. Caleb Sparks shoots a three, and he's got it. And it's a tie ball game once again, 15-15. Caleb Sparks, like to see him get hot. And you talk about defense, that's another guy who plays incredible defense. 24 shoots it right there. Caleb high to get the rebound.
Ooh, big lob there for Gage.
Yeah, that was, and that, not a good series of plays for the Spartans, but a good defensive play right there from Josh Williams. He's going to go all the way. He did not get, Caleb follows up with it, and Caleb looked like he was pushed a little bit, but didn't get the call, and New Pal's back on the attack. And, they're going to call James on that one. That was a nice play, nice dish inside to their big guy Reese, who just missed it a little bit.
Tough break there. James tried to get back and stop that shot from going in, but he just happened to get too much body on it.
Yes.
Stevens on one more free throw. Blaine Nunley checks to the game of the Dragons. And for the Spartans, number 22,
Stevens at the stripe. Made his first one. Gage Brown comes out. Sollenbarger comes in. James Williams comes out. Braxton Myers takes his spot. 16-15.
1 point ball game here. And
that's a 2-point game right there. Toby Billups at the basketball. Connersville down to 17-15.
We talk about this a lot, the consistency.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there's going to be an issue playing hard, but I think we're fine here. 2-point lead that we're trying to catch back up on. But I think that Carey, this is This is what he breathes and lives for. He makes good adjustments, and we're still learning what's going to work for us here.
Right.
Please make their way to the hallway.
Number 11, Bryant Nunley, called for that offensive foul. That's their fourth. Josh Williams with the basketball to Toby Billups. 2:35 to go. Connorsville down to 17-15. Toby Billups over to Josh Williams. Over to Sollenbarger on the right side in the corner. Billups over to Kev Sparks, who hit a three last time. Off the rim there, and the Spartans coming up with the rebound there. Luke Sollenbarger and Toby Billups going for it. Billups said he had it. I like it when you see two guys around the basketball for that. Thought Braxton was going to take it, but nobody under the basket, nobody in the paint. Now he's in the paint. Josh is right there with him. Nice move. What a beautiful move there from Braxton Myers. He had a good head fake on that. That is his third point of the ball game. Tied ball game once again, 17-17. Not still physical ball game, but still some finesse plays right there.
Yeah, we're not quite at the level we were with East Central in the first half so far.
That's right, yeah. Well, New Pal is not as physical as East Central was. That's going to be a call on. That's going to put Ian Rodenbush on the line, and I didn't see who was that called on Braxton Myers. Yeah, his first. And Rodenbush at the line for a 1-and-1. And he puts that first one up, and it goes off the rim high to get the rebound as Braxton Myers. That's an understatement on how high he got on that one.
He had one of those at East Central, too, if you remember.
Yes, he did.
About head level with the rim.
That's right. I remember that. You know, and again, this is the second game that we've seen that he doesn't have his knee brace on, so he's feeling pretty good.
And that's a great sign.
Yeah.
You love to see kids that are come back off injuries and they're to that point where they don't need any equipment to help them recover.
Absolutely. Josh Williams in the corner. Stevens all over him. Josh over to Braxton Myers, who head fakes. Looking to get inside. He goes and does it, and it's blocked by number 44, but Braxton gets it again. He shoots a three, and he's got it. Braxton Myers puts the Spartans up 20-17. Less than a minute to go here in this first half. That's his sixth point of this ball game as the faithful coming alive. Nunley with the basketball.
You hear that, Ron? That's Indiana basketball. That's Spartan basketball on a Saturday night.
Yeah, no matter where we're playing at, it's almost like the faithful make it their home, make it their house. Nunley with the basketball, less than 30 seconds to go. Over to his brother or his cousin, one of the two, Nunley.
They're related somehow.
Yeah, forgot to ask. And that should be a push-off. But they're going to call it again against Braxton Myers, or at least he wanted to call. But Braxton's going to put Nunley at the line.
That's a tough break.
Yeah, it was good defense there from Braxton, but a little bit too much overguard. Connorsville up 3, so Nunley makes these two. Connorsville still has the lead with the basketball with 20 seconds to go, and Nunley sinks his first one. Blaine Nunley is a 5'10 junior. Bryant Nunley's a 5'11 junior.
20 seconds here. You got to think we're going to hold for the last shot.
Oh, without question. Nunley makes his second one. Connorsville leads down to 1. Toby Billups with the basketball, bringing it up ever so slowly. He's going to his right side, but I thought he was going to drive all the way. Looking over to Kev Sparks. He thought about taking a three. He'll take an 18-footer.
Great.
And he's got it. Good move. And we got a player that's down, and he's hitting the knee. He's holding that left knee. We'll go ahead. Oh, he's getting up right now. So, well, he's trying to get up. Yeah, that's scary when you're
that's Bryant Nunley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's not good. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. Connorsville up 22-19. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Whitewater Eye Center Connorsville provides vision care for every member of your family. This includes treatment for eye diseases and injuries, just one of its many services. Services that include glasses and contacts, frames for every budget, sunglasses, and a large selection of eyewear. Complete vision care for every member of your family. Yours at Eye Center of Connorsville. Scheduling an appointment for a complete eye exam is as easy as calling 825-6000. Whitewater Eye Center Connorsville, located at 2045 Virginia Avenue. Your vision is our focus.
Back here at New Palestine, Connorsville up 22-19 as I said that was one of the Nunley boys. Tweaked his knee at number 11, Bryant Nunley, and he's walking off under his own power ever so gingerly, though. Like to see that. When he went down, it looked pretty serious.
A lot of pain. You could tell he was in a lot of pain.
He sure was, and they were holding the back of the knee, and he's going to get some treatment. Hopefully he'll be able to get back into this ball game. But glad that he was able to walk off on his own power. It looked, like I said, as you mentioned, pretty serious that at first glance. Nunley comes up with the basketball 2 seconds ago, and he shoots that's unbelievable. And I don't know if they're going to call a foul on that. They are calling a foul on that. Okay, I guess not. I thought they were going to call a foul. After one half of play, Connorsville up 22-21. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The place to eat in Connorsville is Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Dine inside or carry out at home or where you work. Delivery from Mancino's is always free. The number to call, 825-6155. Choose from a large menu, and there is a special youngsters menu. Choose the house specialty, the Great Spartan Classic. Enjoy the sports atmosphere by viewing all the Spartan sports memorabilia. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street. Phone number 825-6155. A proud Spartan booster. It's events like this game that make our community such a great place in which to live, work, and play. All of us at FCN Bank applaud the CHS Spartans for their hard work and dedication. Thank you for reminding us once again why we all choose to call this place home. FCN, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Go CHS Spartans. Good luck. FCN Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at New Palestine, the Connorsville Spartans, very tight ball game, up 122-21, have a lot of lead changes. I don't think any team got more than 3 points, a 3-point lead during that first half.
No, great back and forth basketball. Both teams are competing hard. They're playing hard. And it looks like it's a pretty even matchup. You know, we've got great size matchup across the board and great guard play. You know, obviously we hope that Bryant Nunley's okay and nothing serious there. And it should be a pretty exciting second half of basketball.
Absolutely. The JV game was an exciting ball game that went into overtime and came down to the last second in that overtime when the Junior Spartans pulled out a 63-61 victory. The Junior Spartans had a 9-point lead with about 2-3 minutes to go and somehow squandered it. And New Palestine came back hard and forced it to overtime. And you know, they went up a few times in one of those back and forth overtimes, and Connorsville Spartans squeaked out that 2-point victory. And this game may come down to who has the last shot.
It absolutely could. It's got all the makeup there. You know, the electricity in this arena. This is what Indiana basketball is about. And these boys are playing on a great stage tonight. And they're not. Neither team's given 1 inch. It's going to be a fight down to the last second.
Absolutely. Connorsville Spartans inside play not too bad. Give us some scoring for both teams.
For the Spartans, we had Toby Billups with 4 points. Josh Williams had 3. Caleb Sparks had 5. Leading the way from the first half for the Spartans was Braxton Myers with 6. James Williams had 2, and Gage Brown had 2. For the New Palestine Dragons, we had Ian Stevens had 3. Bryant Nunley had 3. Blaine Nunley had 5. And Steele Brassford had 10 points. So that puts us at 22 for Connorsville, 21 for New Palestine.
New Palestine averages 59.5 points a game. Obviously, 21 points is is not a pace that they want to be playing at.
No, and that's a pretty common thread with Connorsville. When we go and play these teams, we keep teams under their average very well. We play great defense, and I think that in the second half, something to watch for. Connorsville's going to make some adjustments offensively.
Yeah.
Okay, and this might turn into a more up and down game. Yeah. You know, there's more urgency in the second half.
We can play fast.
We can.
Yeah,
we can.
We've played fast before. And you talked about, and you mentioned earlier about Lucas, getting him involved to maybe get a couple slams. He's been quiet tonight. He
has, and, transition is where he really shines. He's very athletic, great stamina. He can go all game long getting up and down the floor. And when you think about Lucas's dunks this year, and really his best games are in the up and down.
Yeah.
He's a fast ball player.
One thing that gets overlooked with him, and this goes for all the Spartans, and since he's been quiet off the boards, but his defense has been incredible.
Absolutely. We talk about this. Not every player is going to have a standout night every night. You've got to have support players.
Right.
And Lucas and all this team, if it's not their night scoring, they still fill the needs of the team very well.
Absolutely. We talk about, Caleb Sparks, who's hit a couple of threes tonight. There was a little drought that he went through during the season.
Yep.
But his defense was there, and he played his way. He shot his way to where he got to where he's playing now offensively.
Absolutely.
How we're used to him playing.
And you talk about that little slump he went through. I think Newcastle was the game that he really turned it around offensively.
Yeah.
And since then, he's been more confident. He's taken more shots, and he's a great shooter.
He is a great shooter. You talk about two aspects of the ball game, and that's offensive defense. And a lot of times, if a player is scoring a lot of points, their defense is kind of lacking. But the Spartans, that's not how they play. Their defense is always first.
Absolutely. And that's a standard, and that goes into the coaching. We've got a great coaching staff. They've got standards, and they've got expectations. And you're expected to do your job on both ends of the basketball floor every possession. And they teach the next man up. If you can't do that, we're going to put somebody in that will.
Right. A lot of good schemes. And, again, this is a program that Kerry Brown has built, and it's a very solid program.
It really is. Kerry is one of the best in the state, in my opinion, and I referee basketball. Absolutely. And when I talk to other officials and where are you from? Connorsville. Oh, I love Kerry. He's a great coach. He has done a phenomenal job from the feeder programs up with the boys basketball program here in Connorsville.
Well, Kerry Brown gets it. Honestly, his mother is one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met in my life. I just love her. I don't even know what her first name is. I just know Miss Brown.
Well, you know
Mrs.
what?
Brown,
with the last name of Brown, I have no doubt that
is that what it is? But I think your Brown is a little bit,
Yeah. I mean, we've got the same haircut too. I'm just saying, there's a lot of similarities.
You're right. There is a lot of similarities between you and Kerry, except he's nicer. Maybe that.
You got me there.
Is that what it is? 22-21, Connorsville holding on to that 1-point lead. Both teams, again, you mentioned earlier in that first, I think it was the first quarter where you were talking about how New Palestine wants to really play fast.
Yeah. And I think, we talked about Steele Bradford having, 10 points, 10 big points in the first half.
Yeah, he had like 7 of their first 9.
Right, and I think that coming out of half, Kerry's going to say we need to shut him down.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be interesting. Who's New Pal going to have step up into that position and score the points?
Well, obviously they, with the 3 of their players scoring about 70% of their points, then that somebody's going to step up.
Yeah, Ian Stevens and Blaine Nunnally are the other 2, along with Brassfield, that account for the 76% of the scoring. So it's going to be interesting, and there's going to be pressure on those guys. The coach is in there saying, hey, they're going to come out and they're going to try to shut Brassfield down. You need to come out, and we've got to have somebody putting the ball in the basket.
And, of course, if you're New Palestine, you can either pick Stevens or Nunnally. Preferably, they like to have both.
Sure.
On there, looking as they walk onto the field, and I'm trying to see here onto the court.
It's been a long day of basketball, hasn't it?
It's been a long day of basketball down in Laurel all day today. Trying to see if we can't see Blaine Nunnally. It was Blaine, wasn't it? Number 14 that went down with
number 11.
Oh, number 11. So that was
Bryant
Nunnally. I don't see him out there. like to get an update on him. Hopefully he does return. You don't like to see a kid go out with a knee injury.
No, it's about safety first. You
Yeah.
know, we love our Spartans,
Sure.
but we want to see every kid healthy out here.
Oh, absolutely. This is, again, it's basketball. It's fun. It's a national pastime or a state pastime.
Well, in Indiana, it's a religion, I think.
It is. You're absolutely right.
You have to profess your belief in basketball, I believe, to be an Indiana Hoosier.
Absolutely. We'll come back in 1 minute to start the second half.
Urban Winkler Funeral Home in Connorsville and Liberty is a family-owned funeral home. Urban Winkler Funeral Home considers it an honor to be selected to care for a family member at the time of a passing. The friendly staff at Urban Winkler Funeral Home pledges to care for all your family needs to the best of their ability. 2 locations to serve you: in Connorsville at 513 West 8th Street and in Liberty at 310 North Main Street. Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency is dedicated to protecting you and your family at a price you can afford. Wilson Lawson Myers are licensed insurance professionals striving to be your agency of choice. Wilson Lawson Myers is an independent agency representing numerous companies for all your needs. Finding the right insurance begins with finding the right agency. That is Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency at 521 Central Avenue in Connorsville. Phone 825-5111.
Back here on the campus of New Palestine, the Dragons and the Spartans doing battle. Spartans up 22-21 as we start this second half. Very entertaining first half for both teams.
Great
a lot
basketball.
of lead changes.
A lot of lead changes, great basketball, great competitive.
Yeah.
And another thing to mention here is the sportsmanship.
Yeah,
it's been
good
great up here.
Yeah, both teams, again, physical ball game, but both teams good sports about it. As Stevens for New Palestine is going to be, and I don't even see the referees on the floor. I'm just now noticing that. Don't see them at all.
No.
So maybe you should go in there.
Here's
one of them. Here they go. They're
standing ovation.
Yeah, they're getting a round of applause. Actually, I only see 2 of them. Here's the third one. Yeah, they definitely lost track. Stevens was looking around like, where are we at? As the boys are ready to go, now the guys in stripes are ready to go.
I think number 5 just gave him a delay of game warning and said, you boys need to be out here on time.
I think he did. I think the guys in stripes got a delay of game warning. New Palestine triggering it in. Down 1, 22-21. Nunley with the basketball. Stevens inside, Josh on him, and that was, he missed it. The faithful were looking for a call, but he missed it anyways. And Toby Bilks at the basketball, and he had it hit away from him, and Josh is, it's getting a little physical there. Caleb Sparks thought about taking a 3, and Josh is.
He hit his head.
Yeah. And he hit his head. Not sure if he took an elbow or hit his head on the ground as Braxton Myers coming in for Josh. And Josh is having a hard time. Not sure if he's going to take a seat as he got hit in the head.
This is serious. If you hit your head on the floor or anywhere really, but in high school as an official, these are called points of emphasis, and we really want to monitor any kind of head injury closely for concussion.
Absolutely, as Josh is going to get monitored right now as he comes off. Carey goes out there and picks him up. And the trainer from New Palestine is going to be taking a look at Josh. Carey walks him over to the seat. 2 players down for one each. As Nunley, Bryant Nunley still out with a knee injury, and Josh Williams probably will not be back tonight. That is a big loss for the Spartans as Gage Brown goes inside, and he battles and he gets it. Connorsville up 3 now, 24-21. Nice, no hesitation, calmness there from Gage. New Palestine on the attack, number 24 with the basketball. That's Brashfield. He shoots and it goes off the front of the rim. Brashfield with the basketball again. Over to Nunley. Nunley inside to Stevens, and boy, Connorsville really let him get wide open as Stevens gets an easy bucket off the glass. Connorsville up 24-23 now.
Gage and Lucas, they had a little miscommunication there and left the back door open, and that was a good look by New Palestine.
Yeah, not always will. I mean, the Spartans are good communicators 9 times out of 10, but twice tonight they've miscommunicated for an easy bucket inside as Lucas and Nunley battling inside. I mean, that's just lots of physicality going on in the paint. Toby Billups slowing things down, looking over his offense, looking over the defense.
He's hooking him.
Yeah, I mean, Nunley's hooking Lucas, and Lucas is wondering why he's not getting the call. Got to be patient. Toby Billups over there to Braxton Myers. Braxton does a head fake. He's going to the paint. He's driving, and Gage gets the rebound, and he puts it back in. He stole that basketball.
He sure did.
There from Slagley, and the Spartans up 3 again, 26-23.
That's a matter of he wanted that ball more.
Yes, he did, and he went straight up after that. No team has had more than a 3-point lead. Stevens with the basketball. Nunley at the top of the key. Over to Roden Bush, back over to Nunley, the right side. Stevens, he shoots a 3, and it goes off the back of the rim, and Gage did not hustle for that one, and now Nunley's going to shoot a 35-footer, and he scores, and it's a tie ball game. Now Brian Nunley shoots about a 25-footer, and this is a tie ball game. Braxton Myers, Lucas Barron, inside. Toby Billups, and I thought he was going to take a 3, squared up. Braxton Myers says, I'll take a 3, and it's off a little bit. Gage Brown with the rebound. Connersville getting a little bit more defensive or offensive rebounds as Toby stops and pops from 15, and he's got it.
He even faked the official out on that.
Yeah, he faked me out. Toby Billups puts the Spartans up by 2. Nunley with the basketball, the pick step by Slagley, and he shoots a 3, and it goes off the back of the rim, and that's going to be a foul on, I think, Caleb Sparks.
Yeah. And you know, Ron, that was kind of the same situation there as with Lawrence North. The screen was set at the top. When the screen player rolled down towards the basket, nobody stayed up with the shooter, and that's what gave New Palestine that open 3 right there at the top of the key.
Yeah, they get the bucket, and it's thrown away, and Luke Sollenbarger comes up with it. Toby Billups to the left side. He's driving inside the paint. He's going to stop. He's going to pass it off to Braxton, who does a head fake, and he's got the bucket. That's a nice play there from Braxton Myers, who has the and one opportunity.
That was a great power move.
Yeah.
that finished with a great finesse lay-in.
That was a beautiful finesse lay-in, and again, you talk about Braxton Myers getting inside tonight.
He's playing, let's say, motivated on offense tonight.
Yeah,
Very good offense from Braxton tonight.
Yeah, Connersville has, actually, at correction, Connersville had a 5-1 lead at one time. The 4-point lead was their biggest. Now as Myers has 8, and now the Spartans have a 5-point lead. Oh, that was a beautiful move there from Brashfield on Luke Sollenbarger. He brings New Palestine to 3. Spartans up 31-28. Toby Billups to the right side, Nunley on him. Nice pick there from James Williams. Braxton Myers, again, who's been getting inside a lot tonight. He does another fake move. He goes inside, another one. Ooh, just gets a little bit off the rim. I like that, though, when he goes inside, and I'm not sure they're going to call that on. That's going to be on Toby Billups. Reach in. Yeah, sometimes that happens so fast, I'm not sure who exactly gets called. Carter Bodwell comes out. Lucas Barron comes back in for the Connersville Spartans.
And those are tough to call as the official. Coming off screens, especially when the screen, whoever's setting the screen, rolls off of it.
Right.
There's a lot of contact there, and you got to watch very closely.
Stevens way outside. Nunley with the basketball now. Number 33, Logan Strong in for, and he has it lost, and Lucas Barron is coming up with it to Luke Sollenbarger, who goes inside for the and one opportunity. Beautiful play from Luke Sollenbarger. You talk about a finesse play. He was getting hacked all over the place, and
absolutely
kept his eyes on the rim and got the kiss off the glass for the opportunity for a 3-point play and put the Spartans up 6.
And you got to think Lucas was just slobbering at the mouth, waiting for that to roll off that rim, because that was going to be a putback that he wanted.
Yeah, he definitely did, and Sollenberger missed that free throw. Connersville up 5, 33-28. Brashfield with the basketball over to Rodenbush. Stevens goes inside, and it's off the side of the rim. Lucas Barron comes down with the basketball. Toby Billups brings it off the timeline, looking to build on their 5-point lead. Looking over the offense, Connersville just played very, very smart this half so far.
You know, it's a lot of the same. They're running motion offense. They're being patient.
Yeah.
Minus the plays where you get out on a fast break. But
Toby goes all the way, and it gets off the side of the rim. And James and Toby making life miserable for Nunley as he finally breaks free and crosses the timeline. And there's going to be a timeout from New Palestine. It's a full timeout. We'll take one with them. 33-28, Connersville up. We'll be back in 1 minute.
You will find the answer to your every flooring need at Foles Flooring at 301 Beach Street in Connersville. Yes, Foles Flooring has a large selection of carpet and tile, also vinyl and laminates, luxury vinyl tiles, and hardwoods. You will receive a free estimate on your choice of flooring plus expert installation. Their friendly staff will help you through the entire process. Foles Flooring also provides bathroom upgrades, remodeling, and custom shower systems at 301 Beach Street, Connersville. 765-692-0800 is the phone number. George's Pharmacy and Medical Equipment welcomes you to stop by our Connersville location at 330 East 5th Street. George's is proud to offer you friendly hometown services and the convenience of free delivery. Also, our medical equipment staff is there to help with whatever you need. George's Floral and Gifts has that special something for any occasion, birthdays, weddings, bereavement, or to brighten someone's day. George's Pharmacy, we are here for you. 765-825-6251.
Back here on the campus of New Palestine, the Trojans find themselves in a 5-point hole to the Connersville Spartans, 33-28. They'll be inbounding the basketball.
also want to let Spartan Nation know, talk to Coach Seidel, the freshman team.
Yeah.
Our freshman Spartans took a tough loss tonight by 15 to New Palestine. We're playing in both gyms up here, and the freshmen had a tough loss tonight.
And still Brashfield hits a three to cut the lead to 2. Connersville up 33-31. Lucas Barron with the basketball. Yeah, I like old Joey Seidel. He's such a good dude. Toby Billups, I tell you, he's squaring up a lot. Lucas Barron said, I'm going to take a three, and he's got it. He puts the Spartans back up 5. Lucas Barron with his first 3 points tonight. Again, not lighting it up offensively, but defensively doing a fantastic job on Stevens and anybody he's on. Brashfield with the basketball, going all the way, and that's intercepted there from Braxton Myers. Toby Billups brings it over the timeline. Connersville looking to expand their 5-point lead, and nice glass. The bank is open there for Braxton Myers. Connersville up 7, 38-31. And Myers now has 10. Brashfield with 3, and that goes, boy, what a beautiful rebound there from Lucas Barron as Toby Billups brings it back up. He's going to drive, and he's going to dish it out to somebody, and that's Lucas Barron, and Lucas is going all the way. Oh, nice move. James Williams with the beautiful. Yeah, they're going to call a foul on either Stevens or number 33. I can't tell who they pointed to, and that's going to be on number 33, Logan Strong. James Williams, I tell you, boy, he battled for that rebound right there.
He did. It is work every possession with it, defense or offense. It doesn't matter.
Right.
He's working every possession.
That's a definition of James Williams right there. Lucas Barron inside, and somebody pushed off.
Got Brashfield for a shove down low.
Brashfield shoved Barron, and that's 2 quick fouls on New Palestine. That's their 4th, the first on Brashfield.
And we talked about how would we respond, coming out of the half with him, and he's got 15 points now.
Yeah. How many did he have at half?
He had 10 at half.
Yeah, so he's got 5. Half of what he had the first half. Barron thought he was going to take a 3 right there. Well, I tell you what, he's just feeling it. Braxton Myers driving, and he pushes off on. Yeah, that happens. That's going to get called every time as elbow to the chest of Stevens, but I like the aggressive. I don't think I've seen Braxton Myers be this aggressive all season long.
No, he is hungry on offense tonight. He's wanting to get that ball down low, and it's great to see because Braxton's typically a reserve offensive player, tough on defense, and he's a great rebounder. But tonight, he's actively trying to score, and it's a good thing to see.
Yeah, the faithful gave him a nice hand coming off the bench. That's Rodenbush, shoots it, and it goes in and out. Toby Phillips with the rebound. Nice blocking out there from Lucas Barron on Stevens to allow Toby to get the rebound on that. Lucas Barron with the basketball. Gage battling inside. He's got the basketball. He tips it out to Barron, and Toby's going to reset the offense right here. Less than 20 to go right now. Connersville up 8, looking to expand the lead to 10, possibly 11, with under 15 to go here in the third quarter. Ooh, that was a beautiful
great
move
cut.
there. Yeah, that was a nice cut. That almost hurt my knee.
It did.
So we built 5 seconds ago. He's going to drive all the way. He was looking to get the call. He got banged up a little bit. That's Barron with the shot. Oh, he missed it.
Good if it goes.
Yeah, good if it goes. After 3 quarters, Connersville up 38-31. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Service the old-fashioned way. The dependable service you need for your car or truck is always available at Goff's Auto Care and Tire Center in Connersville and Brookville. Experienced mechanics are ready to correct the problem using the best replacement products that will have your vehicle running like new again. Shane Goff is waiting to serve you at 600 Western Avenue in Connersville. Phone 825-2588 and Charlie Goff in Brookville at 9197 State Road 101. 647-2222 is the phone number. Goff Auto Care and Tire Center. Reed Health Sports Medicine provides an athletic trainer to the Connersville Spartans through the support of Reed Foundation. Athletic trainers normally are present at most practices and sporting events. They can respond to an injury within seconds, determine the immediate needs of the athlete, and either begin treatment or initiate emergency management within the first few minutes. If your athlete suffers a sports injury, Reed Health's Athletic Training Clinic can provide injury treatment sessions using multiple modalities, rehab protocols, and treatment techniques to ensure your athlete doesn't miss a day without progressing forward. Learn more at reedhealth.com.
Connersville up 7, played a very good third quarter there, and the difference to me that I saw in that was Braxton Myers' aggressive play inside.
It really was. We talked about it, did a lot of the same things on offense, patient offense, but Braxton, he decided tonight, I'm going to be aggressive and see what I can do.
And he got that last call on him last time he went inside, but I don't think that will stop him from driving. He's feeling it tonight. James Williams gets it inside, but it's dished off, and that's not a good pass from Toby, and that is a turnover for the Spartans. Boy, he took 3 or 4 steps.
And carried it before the steps.
Yeah, he carried it and took steps, and Connersville got away with that turnover, and New Powell turned it back over to the Spartans. The Spartans looking to expand their 7-point lead. Toby Phillips brings the basketball up. This is about the point of the game where we start seeing the Spartans kind of slow things down a little bit, eat the clock, press the defense to force New Powell to eat clock too. Gage Brown shoots it from 15, and he scores. Gage Brown with his 8th point, 40-31. Connersville now up 9. As Nunley, he shoots a 28-footer, and he gets that one to go. New Powell not going anywhere at all. That's his 11th point. Connersville up 6. Again, still plenty of time to go. You don't want to rest at all because this New Powell team is not going to roll over at all.
No, and it looks like New Powell's picked up the intensity here on defense.
I was saying that. I was just not getting ready to say that as Braxton Myers thought about taking a 3, goes inside instead to James Williams, who gets the hook. Who gets the hoop on his weak side. That's his 4th point tonight. Boy, he seems like he should have more than that as Nunley shoots another 28-footer. That goes in, 42-37. We're going to keep it right here as Connersville up 5.
We talked about with New Powell, who's going to step up if they do shut Brassville down. And I wouldn't say that we've shut him down in the second half.
No,
he's still got
15. He had 10 the first half. He's got 5 now. So that's
but now we're up to 14 for Blaine.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, this is one of those ball games where it can be if you're in the lead, since nobody's had a double-digit lead, it's easy to kind of rest a little bit. But you got to know New Pal's not going to rest, that they're going to still. And as you mentioned, they have picked up the intensity defensively wise. They got those couple of quick fouls. Now they're at 4 fouls. Connorsville's at 3. You got to wonder, if we get into where it's at the line, how much that's going to make a difference in the ball game.
You do, and the big thing is we've got to make every possession count.
Absolutely.
We need points on every possession. New Pal's not a team that you want to leave the back door open to.
No, not at all. I mean, because we have fallen asleep a couple of times. The Spartans have fallen asleep a couple of times to where Stevens has gotten some free buckets.
Absolutely. And, in all reality, this is a 2-possession game.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Empty possessions are not a good thing, and Connorsville they can't afford to have any here in the fourth quarter.
Not at all. Connorsville have 6:15 to go. Lucas Barron with the basketball over to Toby Billups, and he's got a foul.
There's that quick first step Toby's got. He just went right by him. 2 defenders, not just one. He went by 2.
Jarrett Whitaker gets the call on that. That's his first to 5th. Connorsville would love to see New Pal put them in the bonus. Lucas Barron with the basketball again, banging inside, hitting the physicality inside is just, as you mentioned, picking up as James Williams goes to his left side again, and he's got it. What a beautiful play from James Williams. That's his 6th point, looking to add his 7th here at the line. Connorsville up 7. That was a nice play from James Williams. Again, no hesitation there, Clint.
None. And, this James is another player where he's primarily in the first half of the season, he was a very active defensive player, didn't score a lot of points, so you like to see him and Braxton both tonight kind of saying, hey, wait a minute, I can put the ball in there too.
Absolutely, and that just really changes the dynamic of the offense for the Spartans as James hits that one a little bit too hard. Connorsville up 7, 44-39, a little under 6 minutes to go. Nunley brings the basketball up, looking over the offensive.
And you see Braxton is stepping out. He's playing a little bit deeper now and coming out on Blaine. He don't want to give him another open shot after.
No, not at all.
Let him have two big threes there.
Yeah, and those were some long threes. And Slagley gets the bucket as the faithful was wondering where there was a call, and there was none. And Connorsville lead up 5, 44-39. James Williams going all the way again, and he gets a little bit too hard, but Braxton Myers there with the rebound. Over to Toby Billups. Toby looking over to the bench for some instructions. He's going into the paint, and he's dishing it off to James Williams, who gets another one off the glass. That's the 10th point. Is that his 10th tonight? No, his 8th point tonight. I'm giving him a couple more extra. Connorsville back up 7, 46-39, 5 minutes to go.
I mean, he's played that well.
Yeah,
I think we could spot him a couple.
We can probably spot him a couple. Nunley with the basketball, as you mentioned. Braxton Myers all over him, not giving him any extra inch to shoot.
And if you see there, Lucas and Caleb playing defense, Lucas really pinched down there and kept that guy from doing anything in the post. That was a great, very smart play by Lucas.
Nunley, though, nonetheless makes his 15-footer there and cuts the lead to 5. Braxton Myers with the basketball. Toby Billups now. Stevens all over Billups. The tallest player is on Toby Billups, but Billups has the speed, I would think, and he goes past Stevens. Myers says, I want to shoot a 3, and he's got it.
Why not?
Myers is just feeling confident from all over the floor. Puts the Connorsville Spartans up 8. And that's going to be a blocking foul on James Williams again.
13 points for Braxton Myers tonight.
Braxton Myers with 13 points. He's feeling good tonight. And James Williams gets the call, or gets the foul on him. Gary Brown's going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. 4:04 to go. 49-41. Connorsville up 8. You got to think, Clint, that New Palestine is not going to go away.
They're not, and I think right now we're at a critical point. We got 4 minutes left, a little over 4 minutes left. Connorsville can either slam the door here, or they can let New Pal's still playing in the backyard. We don't want them there.
No.
But, we've got an 8-point lead. And again, empty possessions can be dangerous for us.
Absolutely. One, obviously having the 8-point lead is an advantage for the Spartans, but another advantage is that New Pal is one foul away from putting the Spartans at the line.
Yep. And we shoot 68% from the free throw line. So
yeah, and here lately we've been shooting very good from the line.
Really have.
Like it's been a lot more than.
I think they're
68%.
listening to us. We spent a lot of the first part of the season talking about free throw shooting, and these last few games the Spartans have really picked it up and improved from the charity stripe.
Yes, they have. As the Spartans holding on to that 8-point lead, mentioned earlier again, you got to think New Pal still has one more run in them, and that's what Carey's probably letting them know, hey, don't give them any confidence.
No, and we talk about this. It's the Connersville Spartans. Everybody wants to beat the Connersville Spartans. Yep. And like you said, New Pal's not going to give us any quit here. They're going to be on the gas the whole time.
They sure are. As Ben Slagley is going to the line. He's a 6'3" freshman. New Pal loves that. He's going to be here for another 3 years after that. He makes his first one, nothing but the bottom of the net.
That's his
first point. I thought he had a little bit more than that.
No, he's been very.
He's been around. Really has. Yeah, he's been busy. Lucas Barron coming out. Josh is back in. Like to see that. He must have definitely passed protocol to get back in there. And Slagley makes his second point to cut the lead to 6, 49-43. Connersville Spartans approaching 4 minutes to go. Toby Billups to the basketball, slowly bringing it across the timeline. And why not? The Spartans up 6. Might as well eat some clock.
This all works to our advantage here. Let that clock tick, 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 tick.
And as we mentioned, one more foul. The Connersville Spartans are at the line, and James Williams almost fell down, but pulled a curly knee and kept dribbling the basketball. And that's going to put Toby Billups at the basketball. A foul on Blaine Nunley. Toby's going to go to the line shooting one, and the bonus, he's a 68 or 75% free throw shooter.
It reminded me of one of my favorite sports broadcasts, Chris Berman.
Chris Berman, yeah.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Lucas Barron coming in for Josh Williams, who is getting some instructions from Kerry Brown. Toby Billups looking to make his second shot to put the Spartans back up 8. And Toby does. Connersville 51-43. Toby's 8th point of the night as Nunley brings the basketball down to his left side. Myers all over him. Again, not wanting him to shoot any. Well, God, that's unbelievable. Wow.
They were setting up that entire possession. They wanted to get him or Nunley that 3-point shot.
And Brashfield shoots from 25, and he cuts the lead to 5. Again, you got to think that they're going to have one more run. So Spartans on the attack, and almost a miscue there from the Spartans, and almost another miscue. James Williams is going to go to the line. That's going to be a foul on Brashfield. Brashfield, that's his second foul. Williams at the line, looking to extend the lead for the Spartans. This is where we talked about those free throws.
Absolutely.
And James misses his first one. Stevens brings the basketball up. Brashfield with it across the timeline. You can see that they're pretty intense offensively, not playing with more intensity. Nunley with the basketball over to Brashfield. Inside to Slagley. James all over him. Boy, that was a nice move, and he didn't get it. It was on the floor. And that is going to go against James. That's his third, Connersville's 5th, so nobody's going to be at the line, but that was a pretty good move there from the freshman, Slagley.
It was, and New Pal's fans not happy with that.
They are not.
But you can't blame them. Down by 5, they want every basket they can get as well.
Yeah, they sure do. And nice move there from Brashfield against Barron, and he just threw that up. Brashfield has 20 now. Has 20 points. Lead Down to 3 for the Spartans. Lucas Barron with the basketball. Braxton Myers, who's been the hot hand a lot tonight. Toby Billups. I mean, you got Stevens all over Billups.
Yeah, you got to make that call. I mean, you can't let somebody hip ride. That's going to get a player hurt. Toby, I think he said something to the official as he went by.
Now, Toby Hill definitely, without question, say something to the official. Lucas Barron walked. He slid his foot. He's not liking it at all, but there is no question that he dragged that foot, and a turnover for the Spartans.
You know, Ron, this is what we talked about, and Carey's going to take a timeout. I think it's a smart timeout.
Absolutely. Carey's going to take a timeout. We'll take one here with Carey. 51-48, Connorsville up 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, gives you the very best deals in tires. Don's has all major brands available, in stock and in all price ranges. You can rely on Don's Auto Sales and Tires, in business for over 40 years. And Don's Auto Sales has a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in prices ranging from $1,000 to $30,000. Need new tires or a quality vehicle? Available from Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, Connorsville. The phone number is 825-7730.
Back here on the campus of New Palestine. Connorsville up 51-48. And an 8-point lead not too long ago. Talk about chipping away. The New Palestine Dragons chipping away. A one-possession ball game right here. And we've seen Nunley and Brashfield, hit some deep threes.
Yep, they've got 34 combined points tonight so far. And we talked 2 minutes ago, it's an 8-point lead, and we said every possession counts.
Yeah.
And we've not been able to capitalize on possessions and a couple turnovers, and we left them at the back door. And here we are in a 3-point ball game with 1:42 left.
Nice move there from Brashfield. He goes inside and he gets the bucket. Connorsville lead now 51-50, very eerily similar to the JV ball game. Less than 90 seconds to go. Connorsville Spartans bringing the basketball up. Toby Billups needs to cross that timeline. He finally does. Gage Brown with the basketball. Toby Billups over to Caleb Sparks, who I thought was going to take a three, but nobody's under the glass, so nice move there from Caleb.
And this is what makes Indiana basketball special. The crowd's in it now, and down to 1 minute on the clock, and we're at a 1-point ball game.
Well, definitely, without question, you don't want to foul, and they did, and Toby Billups is going to go to the line.
Toby's not the one you want to foul.
No, not at all. 51-50, 55.6 seconds to go. Got to get that 0.6 in there.
And Toby found himself here at Lawrence North. A chance to go up 3 points, and that's in his mind. And hopefully he remembers that, and he says, you know what, I'm going to put this one in.
We'll put them both in right here to get us a 3-point lead, and he's got the first one. W. Billups, ice in his veins, still got one more to go to put the Spartans up 3. That's Billups' 9th point of the game.
Big free throw here. Come on, Tobe.
W. Billups with the shot right here, and that's a beautiful free throw. Timeout from Kerry Brown. 55.6 seconds to go. Connorsville up 53-50. We're going to take a time right here. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Union Savings and Loan is an old-school community bank founded in Connorsville in 1892 and still locally owned and operated today. Union Savings and Loan offers hometown service with great rates on CDs and deposit accounts and local loan approvals when you need financing. They also have a trust department. And with 2 locations in town, downtown at 730 Central Avenue and uptown at 500 West 30th Street, Union Savings and Loan is truly Connorsville's hometown bank. Union Savings and Loan, people you know, neighbors you trust.
Back on the campus of New Palestine, 55.6 seconds to go. Connorsville up 3, 53-50. Nutley brings the basketball up over the timeline.
They're setting up the top of the key screens again. This is what they've ran many times on us tonight.
Stevens, you want him out there because he's their big man. Don't want him under the glass. Gage Brown. Now that was a beautiful shot by Nunley. He's made that 3 times tonight. Another 28-footer. We're under 30 seconds to go. 53-50. Connors has been in this before. That's his 19th point of the ball game, and this ball game is brand new. Under 15 to go. CHS Spartans looking to win this ball game right here. As James Williams against Stevens. Toby Billups goes inside. He goes out to Caleb Sparks. We got less than 5 seconds to go. Toby Billups is going to stop and pop from 15. He's got it! And there's a timeout with 0.3 of a second to go. Unbelievable as the faithful is going crazy.
Ice cold.
Yes. That was looked like a kind of a busted play, but Toby saw an opening there and took that 15-footer. And he puts Connersville up 2 with 0.3 of a second to go. I think they're going to check the clock to make sure it is 0.3 of a second to go. We've seen this too familiar. I think they're going to put a little bit more time on the clock. They are 1.1 seconds to go. Yeah, still they got to shoot it from under their basket, or they got to trigger it in from under their basket. But Toby Billups, that was a beautiful play there from the leader of this team as Lucas Barron is coming in.
You know, I'm not sure I agree with this. As an official, unless you have a replay camera, there's not a way to accurately, be able to go back and review that.
Yeah.
I think and they tell you when you go to trainings as an official, you've got to give time for human reaction.
Yeah.
So he takes a shot with a minute and a half or a second and a half left. You've got the coach that has to call the timeout. The referee has to relay the timeout, and the clock operator has to stop the clock. So, interesting call here.
Apparently, it took only 0.4 of a second for all that to happen.
That's you know what, Toby's good. If he can do all that in that amount of time, then I'm looking around to see if there's any NBA scouts here. So
yeah, right. I looked over at Becky Billups, and she looked at me and had the kind of look of, hey, we've seen and done this before against Greensburg, and we've had it done to us at
absolutely.
North.
Connersville faithful is not happy about this clock situation.
No, not at all. And it just seems like every time we do a last-second shot, there's always some clock time as the faithful come up, as Nunley's going to be triggering in. Lucas Barron all over him. 1.1 seconds to go.
Another timeout.
Another timeout. Yeah, full timeouts. It's hard to see with everybody standing up. What's going to happen? 55-53, 1.1 seconds to go. Toby Billups hit the 15-footer, and again, that seemed like that was a busted play.
I think it was. I don't know that they were really. I think they ran a play, and then I think it was kind of, okay, we need to put the ball in Toby's hands or somebody's hands that's confident to pull up off the dribble.
Yeah.
And, Toby got a screen and took a couple dribbles right and pulled up, and looked like he had to double pump the shot as well. I mean, he just hung there for a minute, and we've seen Toby do that a few times this year.
Yeah.
He's definitely okay being the guy with the ball in his hands late in the game.
Yeah, he definitely, without question, somebody that you want to have the ball to win the ball game, or at least directing traffic. And it looked like they were trying to set some up inside, maybe trying to get the foul because, put them at the line.
Yeah, and you see it at this level a lot, Ron. This is, we get caught up in the moment and how big the moment is. These are high school players, you know what I mean? And 5 seconds left in a tied ball game, to them, it's just firing so fast. So, but that's great composure by the Spartans to be able to pull it together, busted play or not, and go ahead here late in the game.
Yep, Toby Billups knew what needed to be done. He made it happen as Nunley throws the ball up, and it's Stevens with the shot, and he's fouled.
They're calling that. No way.
Yeah, Stevens has an opportunity to win this ball game from the line. Unbelievable, as the faithful is not liking that at all. They're going to put him at the line for 3. He's got to make all 3 for them to win this ball game. They're going to call Gage Brown on that, his second.
It should be noted that the light And the backboard was already illuminated. It was out of time.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that either, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter what we think. Stevens at the line. He's got to be feeling the pressure right here. He's got to make all three. He shoots his first one, and he misses it. So the best that they can do is tie this ball game and send it to overtime. Stevens misses this one. This game is over. Not sure if they'd even give him his last one. Stevens is feeling it right here. He shoots his second one. He gets it. If he gets this one, we're going to overtime.
Timeout. Carey's calling for a timeout.
Yeah, Carey's going to ice him, and why not? Why not put Stevens on ice? Stevens is a 6'5" junior, and this may be the most important free throw he's made in his entire career tonight. Wow, what a crazy chain of events, I'm telling you. What a night of basketball tonight. The JV game was a very entertaining, fun game to watch. Our junior Spartans won that one in overtime, 63-61.
Ron, I was 35 when we started this broadcast.
Yeah, you might be 40 by the time it's over.
Oh, mercy.
Wow, we first...
I'm glad we got Justin with us to drive, because I'm exhausted after all this basketball.
Yeah, we're going to get back to the studio pretty quickly, hopefully. Definitely want to send our condolences out to the family of Julie Wilhelm Phillips. She was a avid supporter of the Connersville Spartans, a very dear friend of mine, somebody that really helped my family in time of need. I will always be blessed with her friendship and her love. She passed away yesterday at the age of 50. And all of us here at Spartan Nation will miss Julie Wilhelm Phillips.
Absolutely. That's one face we miss seeing tonight for sure.
Absolutely. Stevens with the basketball. If he makes it here, this ball game goes overtime. If he misses, the Spartans win. And he misses it.
The ball game.
And that's the ball game. Unbelievable. Stevens has got to feel terrible. Connersville Spartans walks away out of here with a 55-54 victory. What a hard-fought victory for the Connersville Spartans. They're now 15-6 on the season. New Palestine's 8-game losing streak comes to a screeching halt. They're now 15-5. What a great game. Connersville up, with 2-3 minutes to go in the ball game. They were up 7, 8, 9 points, and New Palestine came back and fought hard like the champions that they are. And the Spartans are consoling Stevens as he walks off the floor as Connersville Spartans gets that victory, a bittersweet victory. We know what it's like to lose a close game like that. We lost against Lawrence North on a last-second shot from the IU recruit C.J. Gunn. Is done with the scoring.
Done with the scoring.
Give us New Pal's scoring first.
New Pal's scoring. We had Ian Stevens had 6 points, and I'm sure he would like to make it 8, but he went 1 for 3 there at the end, so he finished with 6. Big scoring for Blaine Nunley. He ended tonight with 19 points. Bryant, who we didn't see in the second half, he had 3 points. And then Steele Brassfield, we knew about it coming in. He had 22 big points for New Pal tonight. Ben Slagley finished out New Pal scoring with 1 point. And then for the Connersville Spartans, Toby Billups had 12 points. Luke Sullenberger had 2. Josh Williams had a 3. Caleb Sparks had 5 points tonight. Braxton Myers led scoring tonight for Connersville with 13 points. Lucas Barron had a 3. James Williams, improved offensive performance for men, had 8 points. And Gage Brown finished with 8 points.
Connersville Spartans glad to walk out of here with a victory.
This was tough fought, and you got to think the boys on this bus are just going to be, it's probably going to be the quietest ride they've had all year because they're going to be exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a hard-fought victory. The Connersville Spartans, this is a victory that you need because, we got sectionals coming up here in a couple of weeks, and we got some conference games that can really determine the outcome of the conference, and nobody's going to roll over for us.
They're not. And, another important fact is we got out of this weekend with no injuries. We were worried about Josh. He went down, but
he came back.
He did. He apparently cleared protocol, and he's good to go. And hopefully, these are tough-fought games. There's going to be some bumps and bruises, but they'll get tomorrow off. And by the way, the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, yes.
So you got to think that a lot of Connersville fans are going out changing shirts in the car, and they're going to be putting that Cincinnati gear on.
That's right.
It's all football after this.
I'll even root for the Bengals tomorrow night.
I'm going to root for them.
Absolutely. Connorsville walks out of here with a victory by the thinnest of margins for my good friend Clint Brown. John Palsy back in the studio keeping us on the air, and Justin Roberts making us look good. You guys have a great night. We'll see you Friday night in the bowl against Franklin County. Good night, everybody.
Good night.